This is a mistake. I shouldn't even be here. Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So let's not waste another minute. Settle in, sharpen your pencils, and check this out.
Hey, so she does talk now.
How y'all doing?
It's your blanket really matching your tapestry in the back that I just caught on to.
Hey.
But we is back again, and we is here to discuss. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. We are here. What is we here to discuss? We is here
my
to
baby.
discuss...
I met my best friend Tom Hiddleston. Hey.
Yo, what?
My best friend. We go together.
I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Okay, so we are here to discuss Loki and all its glory as we finally get more information about our favorite hero, villain, anti-hero. I feel like it's anti-hero.
This gives me very much. He picks and chooses.
Mm-hmm.
When he feels
very
being abused.
Salud.
Blessing.
As you can tell, we are once again in the chaos of having families in the household. So, anyway, we are going to be discussing episodes 1 and 2 of Loki. Yes, we are grouping them together because we are busy people and we also don't have time. So, where does one even begin with this? Where does one begin with this? Because
when they cut the lights on and said, let's put this. When I pressed play and cut the lights on, I was like, it's kind of giving Willy Wonka. And I only said that because I was like, oh, listen, if you let me explain myself, I tell you.
Listening, go ahead, explain, please.
I said it was giving Willy Wonka because, like, when I watched Willy Wonka, I was like, what is this? So then when I turned on that, I was like, what is this? And also they had the same bob.
Okay, so let's actually go order. So random notes that I had from episode 1. First off,
what's your name, B.O.B.? So they call it you
call
Bob.
You Bob.
No, they call me Loki.
Shut up. So let's go. I wrote down notes because I am empty-headed. Anyway, so for episode 1, the mention of the different timelines that came into play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the people who don't know the comics, I'm giving you the quickest and dirtiest rundown. This is not going to have all the information. So there's different timelines that come into play. Just be having fun, trying to throw me off track. Quick and dirty. So there are different timelines that come into play, right? And there's supposed to be this quote unquote sacred timeline, and that's where the TVA and the timekeepers come into play. And my question is, are they...
And they go over there and they get together and they be doing... That's what they be doing.
No. We already know what the TVA does. They pretty much come through, they see variants, and they try to clean up so that they can keep everything on the proper timeline. My question is, why are they now trying to make the MCU the sacred timeline? Because that is throwing me off on so many levels. Because to be quite there's a lot to it that
I never even thought about it like that.
That's what they're doing, though.
You're a genius.
I'm just annoyed because I'm like, this throws away so many of the comics and also ties into other stories, bigger stories like And this is a whole nother conversation for another time, but how they're trying to take Miles Morales and take his story and give it to Peter Parker. And I'm like, not the boo, not no, let's not. But that's a whole nother tangent. But anyway, so we get introduced to TVA, we get introduced to the Timekeepers. We have that whole sequence of Loki being stripped and ripped and dressed back up in.
Y'all saw my baby. I meant my
orange.
best friend.
I hate you.
Y'all saw him. Y'all saw him. They gave him a shirtless fight. He made it.
I hate you.
He made it, y'all. Tell my friend, tell my friend that he was good.
Whatever. What else? Structure of the main TVA building is ridiculous. I understand it's supposed to be confusing, but goddamn.
Wait, I want to put a pin in it because let's get into the animation. Let's get into Tara Strong. Let's get into Miss Girl will never not have $1 in her name if she got to voice a character.
Listen, while I hate Miss Minutes because I know she's gonna annoy me to no end, Miss Tara Strong will always have a job. And that will never, ever, ever make me mad. As she deserves. Because you want to talk about you want to talk about a woman who put her foot through my childhood.
You talking about she walked the steps and then I was behind her.
Literally, her, Miss Regina King, the two of them alone.
Yes.
Hello, my childhood.
Yes.
But yeah, Miss Minutes is gonna annoy me to no end. But I'm still
and you
so
can't
happy
and
to
you
hear...
can't forget about Miss Cree Summer too. Miss Cree Summer.
Oh, that goes regardless.
Miss Summer.
I may not have mentioned her because I thought she was already above and beyond. Like, if you want to talk about the foundation for life.
Oh, for sure.
As a voice actor, Miss Cree Summers.
And all of them being women. Ooh.
Come on, women. We already know they run the world. Anyway. We know Mobius is such a simp.
I mean, I don't know how I really felt about seeing Lightning McQueen talk to me in person because every time I hear that voice, I'm like, Speed, Flash. Life is a highway.
Stop!
I'm gonna ride it all night long. I was like, Ka-chow, like, what's going on? Like, what's the tea?
Leave Owen alone.
Also, his nose. I just wanna put a brace on it because it's giving scoliosis.
Not his nose.
And that's not me trying to be mean. It's not me trying to be, disrespectful. Like, I feel like his nose, like, that's why he sound like that. Because his nose is to the left, everything you own in the box to the left. And I just feel like if his nose was not giving scoliosis, maybe he could breathe
like
properly.
You've been prepared to have this discussion.
Listen, no, because this is all off the dome. Because I really am concerned about this man's nasal passages. Like, I know when he get like, I know like when there's time for the spring and the pollen come out and he be blowing his nose. Like, I know he got sleep apnea. Cause ain't no way. I know
slightly called out and I don't like it. I
know when that pollen count get in the red zone. I just know he gotta stay in the house.
You are horrible. I hope you know that. You are horrible. So we know this is
I have to say. Like,
we know this is the start of a game relationship. We don't know how far it's gonna go. We know Marvel and their track record is atrocious. Whole nother conversation we're not prepared to have right now because the tangents we will go on. We know that he knows how to push Loki's buttons. I just want to know how many times is Loki gonna try to kill him? Respectfully.
I just like times? I just like seeing my friend move around. Like, anytime he lift an arm, lift a leg, take a step, take a breath. Anytime he open his mouth, anytime he move his little follicle out the way, like, it just makes me excited. I just like, yes, throw all your voice at this man.
I can't. Okay, important scene that was in episode 1. The scene between Casey the TVA worker and Loki.
I just want to say one thing about that.
Go for it.
Casey, a bitch.
Yes, we've been you.
How you just be out here getting punked around like this? Somewhere.
Are you surprised though?
Like, I just need to know, like, okay, why? Why did they do my man like that? He a op for real. He really 12.
There you
He's really
go.
12 for real.
But I want to talk about how there was so much pressure and so much stress and so much mess that literally all of this past phase 3 was about the Infinity Stones.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like 50 of them sitting in a damn drawer, like paperweights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so why exactly didn't the TVA intervene beforehand?
Listen, because the Infinity Stones was giving me box tops in that drawer.
Literally.
It was
not even box
very
tops.
much collect 50 and we'll give your school a pizza party. Like,
not even box tops,
no.
like bottle caps. Collect 100 and you might get $1 back. I'm just like,
yeah.
Please explain to me how. And I know it's supposed to like, like I know it's supposed to be a reference back to like phase 3 and how like that phase is quote unquote over and whatever, fine. But the way like that felt a little bit like they almost kind of disregarded the sacrifice and that phase in and of itself through that. Cause I'm just like, bruh, you told me the TVA saw everything that was supposed to happen and let it happen. Like the goal.
You're right.
Like I know another group is going to be that we're going to talk about later. Is going to show up, and they also could have done something, but at least they have a more integral part in that conversation and how that works out. Also, how does the world destruction play into this? Sorry, but also, how does the world's destruction play into this timeline? Because it seemed like they were pretty much set with the world being destroyed in some way, shape, or form. But go ahead. I know I cut you off. Say what you were gonna say.
When Loki was crying, I believe this is when he was getting the very much presentation. He was giving Quizlet Live, very much Kahoot, very much Microsoft, Google Slide, the Powtoon. He got a whole. It was interactive too. It was giving Bandersnatch too.
I hate you. Not Bandersnatch.
He was getting a whole like, here's your life.
Presentation. Summation of his life.
You also kill your mama, by the way. And you already dead, but like you're not dead, but you dead, but you're not dead, but you dead. So yeah. Just thought you should know.
Also,
like, they just told him to go on with his lavender. Like, how you gonna tell me that and then tell me to go away? Like,
that's what I was going to ask. Because I was really going to ask that question of like, how are you guys going to tell them that this man literally kills his own mother, who is pretty much one of the only people who actually cares about him, and then expect this man to just go on with his lavender and to act like nothing happened?
It was really crazy to me. Just because, like, y'all know Loki is like, if you ever seen them like TikToks that come on y'all For You page when they be like, were you raised by a narcissist?
Not the TikTok.
Like the shit where it'd be like, hey, here's a therapy session that you can ask for. That's Loki. That's Loki's life. So, not the fire. It's giving Manny Petty. It's giving luxury nails. It's giving.
It's more so
beautiful. You all right? Let's try again.
It's more so the fact that you just hit the nail on the head, and also the fact that literally Loki's mother was one of the only people to give him real, true, unwavering, unconditional love without judgment. And
Yeah.
then the TVA is like, you know what? We're going to show you that this person also loved you to the end, but you still were trash. And I'm like, now, y'all,
Yeah.
how did you expect this man to respond?
And then
Hmm?
also wanted him to open up and try to give you some sort of confession, but then you gonna sit here and show him that. And then it's also like, if you think about it, when he was first introduced, it was because of Thanos, and then he died because of Thanos. So
Mm-hmm.
it's given me very much
Secondary character, very much throwaway character, very much the black
very much
person in every horror film.
very much that's kind of like his storyline too, because they was not fucking with him because he was giving very much frost giants, and frost giants are the um Asgard
Well,
or the Asgardian like realm. But you see what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just there's like, yeah, you can't sit with us because your feet cold when you get under the covers. You can't be my friend because you be serving hypothermia. Every time we come around, you are anemic. That's why you always eating that ice.
and it's just like, how did y'all expect him to react to this information?
Right.
And then y'all really try to, especially because I'm like, it's the manipulation for me. Like, this is literally court. This is literally our government system, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, they really recruited him because they needed Loki's help to hunt down Loki Prime. Yes, we know that Loki has a name, but we're not going to mention it right now. We're still in episodes 1 and 2. But that Loki is causing y'all so much trouble. Y'all had to recruit this one to help save your
And to be
ass.
fair, and to be also, this is 2012 Loki. This ain't even serving 2019 Loki, because 2019 Loki is in a casket somewhere. So now you really getting original Loki that was just introduced to help y'all. So he don't even know the tea for real.
Because remember, he didn't know the tea until he literally sat there and watched the video in Mobius's office, trying to like get a script, and was like, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, he just touched down.
Exactly. But it was really, honestly, but it was also really sad because even he can recognize it. You can see in his face, he was like, the TVA really let all of this happen. Like, literally almost like as if he was like, you know what, I'm going to give the Marvel stands a moment to shine and be like, fuck Marvel in and of itself, because y'all let Iron Man go. But y'all want to bring him back. That's a whole nother story. Y'all let Iron Man go. Y'all let us lose Vision. That's a whole nother story. I don't care about the actual actor, but that's a whole nother story. You put Wanda through crap. You put Monica through crap. We've lost Bucky and all the crap he went through. Steve is a broken mess. Steve is still, that whole ending is still going to be bad. But like, so much crap happened that y'all could have had.
Peter is giving orphan Annie in these.
Y'all really let poor baby Peter and Morgan. Let's call a spade. Double the orphan. They got one.
Virginia Potts herself. Here since the beginning. Happy. He's no longer happy.
She's no longer happy because not only does she have to pick up all the mess that her husband left for her, good and bad, but also she's reminded by looking at her poor child
and her
about
house,
her husband,
like,
and her house.
She has a whole suit. Yeah, that's crazy.
The trauma, Rhodey.
Yeah.
Happy.
Oh, child. And even though we don't like Mr. Mans who plays Hawkeye as a character no longer has his bestie around. His bestie is gone.
Also, before we go into episode 2, but the fact that we lost out on so many interactions, so many friendships, because they had to kill off Tony Stark.
No, like I understand he was the blueprint, but like damn, like y'all
Y'all
missing
couldn't.
great content. Y'all really missing out. And I really don't want to curse the sibling duo who was in charge, but
No. They
Wizards
need to
of
be kicked
Waverly
out
Place,
because they want to play
because
games.
they had the same last name. So Wizards of Waverly Place, y'all could have did
Hmm.
better.
I'm really mad also because one of them
Tried
is
it.
gay and tried it. The gay one tried it. I'm like, the gay one apparently is worse than the straight one, and I'm like, are y'all for real?
I mean, but they're both serving Caucasian, so it's the
But
same
yeah, so
thing.
let
And they from
let's.
Ohio, so you already
Mm,
know, like, I got folks out in Dayton. Like, baby, y'all giving very much corn my age. Y'all giving me very much sit down somewhere. Cornucopia. Go ahead and hang it up for me. Very much opioid epidemic epicenter. That's what Ohio be serving. That's not even me trying to be funny. Like, that's really the tea out there. Like, it's very bad. Very bad.
you really just said
Cleveland
opioid
area.
epicenter. You really just said epicenter
Cleveland.
though.
Crack really effed up
You know
Dayton.
what? Let's go to episode 2 before this, because this could go into a whole different tangent of a
No,
conversation.
because I will give y'all the statistics of how drugs was killing off the friends and killing off the people.
Episode 2 before this takes a dark turn. So the new commander chick. Oh no.
Oh, wait. When they turned the lights on this episode, so that's when the title screen came on, I was like, okay, so now it's giving me Stranger Things.
Not the upside down. Not the upside down.
Upside down, to the left, to the right, red left arm, like giving me Twister, because I'm confused.
Will was ready to reappear and be like, okay, guys, this is the way out. However, calm
No,
down.
because both Loki and Loki Tethered were giving 11 and 13. You remember 13?
Yes.
Yes, they was giving really 13 with the projection.
They were given 13. But so this new commander chick who all up and dipped and disappeared because Loki Tethered got her. My first question was, who is she, and was Loki Tethered controlling her from the beginning? And I feel like that was a glimpse into the mind control powers of Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Loki Tethered got it under control though, so that shows you how much more powerful they is.
They also fight for the music over the little fight scene, the little when they was in I think Massachusetts, whatever they was at. It was giving me medieval festival, your school field trip. Get henna from some random white man.
Yeah. But also, my question is, because you know how they disappeared, right? But they were still on the. Did they actually disappear to a different timeline? This gets solved later on in the show, I believe. Or was it a subsection of the same timeline, and then they waited for it? Because I feel like they disappeared to a subsection of the same timeline, and they were and Loki Tethered was just waiting it out, and then was going to do a cleanup of all the things they needed before they actually dipped.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Miss Ravana and her introduction.
Why is she so bitter? She is so bitter. And whoever the actress is, I need to go do some research. The actress, she's eating it up. But the character, I want to fight so bad. I want to beat up by myself.
I mean, she is the master cleaner of all the messes that Mobius makes. However, comment.
It's giving Swiffer wet jet. The facial.
It's giving Swiffer wet jet. It's giving what are those?
It's giving Bissell.
It's giving Stanley Steamer, actually.
your carpet cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's like the vacuum is not enough. You gotta just give that deep clean.
Mhm.
And then we get to see more of Loki and Mobius.
Mhm.
And I don't care what the Rat House wants to say. They really do be the epitome of the enemies to lovers trope, and I'm tired of it. Stop playing in my face with it, please. Thanks.
I like the little I like that they're really becoming besties also when they decide to actually test Loki's theory. So they go to
That was my next
Pompeii.
point. Mm-hmm. And so, as long
And Loki's
what we learned,
going to hell. Loki is going to hell for that, but points were made.
I'm sorry, I really do love chaotic Loki. So I was not. I know, but I couldn't
Because
be mad.
I don't like how off rip he introduced himself because by saying they was gonna die anyway, so I could do whatever the fuck I want. Like, don't leave, let the goats free.
Let the goats free. Tell
Y'all
all the
was
people.
terrible. Whoever wrote
Also,
that episode, you terrible for that.
also the way he really switched. I thought he was gonna try to play the game of like, you know what? If I at least speak in English, they won't have to worry about what I'm saying. Literally switched dialects to tell them that they were all screwed.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
That's a whole nother
I'm
level of
like,
chaos. That is a whole
I'm like,
nother level of
yeah,
chaos.
yeah, you don't care. Yeah, yeah. I see why people be saying you evil now. Because yeah,
Not that.
you wrong for that. You are wrong for that.
But we learned
And he
that
time it.
Loki's
He gonna time the volcano. He like any minute now. Bye, 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 bye.
but what we saw was that Loki's hypothesis was correct that as long as there's a natural occurring apocalypse with no survivors and no warning, there's no variant energy detected.
Mhm.
So, with that,
They go to Roxcart to find Tethered.
but first
They're
you
in
have to,
Alabama.
yes, but can we talk about how they found the connection was through kablooey gum? A candy.
Yeah.
A
That just
candy.
goes to show that this is like Willy Wonka.
I hate you.
Like I said,
I hate you.
I told you, same
I hate
Bob,
you.
same mission, same Bob. Hello.
But yes, they were in Mobile, Alabama in the year 2050. We in
Yeah.
what, 2021? Can you think of 2050 and where we would be as a society?
2050, 2021. So that what, 49 years? That's ugly.
Mm. Not that's ugly. I'm screaming.
I'd be like 60 something. That
Mm.
sound right. That sound like I don't do arithmetic on
It's
live. I don't
2021
do
right
that.
now, friend.
Okay.
It's 29 years from now.
Can we pause? Just or move on. Like, oh my
I'll be
god.
54. Okay. Anyway, um,
I'd be
so
47.
there you go.
I
There you go.
know. I told you I don't do math live.
It's okay. It's okay, friend. We know you're not a math gay. It's fine. So they're watching
You
from the
going to hell
civilian.
too. You going to hell too with Loki.
Why? It's okay. Be who you are.
Stop! 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 Please, I am begging. I am begging.
Okay, continuing on. So we see that they're
The Pisces slender.
so we see that they're watching from the surveillance cameras over the superstore.
Mhm.
And um Loki Tether was really ready and awaiting their um appearance, as we know. What really got me though was how quick with it Loki Tethered was able to pass on the mind control, because this enchantment went from the stranger to B-15. And
Mhm.
part of me felt bad for them, but the other part of me was like, well, damn, if you had only listened.
Mhm.
And I still feel bad because that's a black woman, of course, but like, goddamn, if you had only listened.
Mhm.
And then I had a whole conniption over this because Randy, the name Randy, why did the guy who was after B-15 that the enchantment passed on to afterwards, Randy, really? Randy?
The skinny dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Skinny twig dude with the black hair that was pale, that was after B-15 slumped into a corner.
He was serving, I can't say it on, he was serving a certain demographic.
A twink demographic?
He was serving, he was serving Charles Savon. He
Yes, a
was
twink demographic. Say it with your
O2,
chest.
he was serving O2L. There we go.
Not kind of Franta, not a twink demographic. Just say it with your chest, Fran.
Friend, I don't know how that application works. Them YT people.
Well, with Grinder, I don't use Grinder either, but
I'm talking
I can
about
make assumptions.
YouTube, friend. I'm talking about
Oh,
YouTube. YouTube.
I don't deal with YouTube. YouTube is crazy
YouTube.
anyway.
YouTube.
Anyway, and finally, at the end of the show, we get a glimpse.
Wait, no, because we got to talk about how Loki was getting beat up by a Trump supporting looking man. I, with that trucker hat, I was like, now what you're not gonna do is beat up my friend.
Your friend, your friend.
My friend.
So anyway, your friend got his tail whooped. And then we finally got to see what Loki Tethered looks like.
And it's Sophia Di Martino.
Welcome to the stage, finally, Miss She Loki, living her best life with this blonde wig. And there is so much more we can say, but we're gonna leave that for the next episode. But do you have any predictions for the next two episodes? Or things that you want to be discussed in the next two episodes rather than predictions? What do you want them to actually talk about for once in these next two episodes? I want to know more about Loki's home life. I want to know what the hell Loki Prime. Wait, yes, Loki Tethered. What are the correlations? What are the differences? Also, why is it that Loki Tethered actually know? Sorry for that. Why is it that Loki Tethered, Miss She Loki herself, why we love a bad bitch? Why is it exactly that she knows how to use her mind control and Loki don't? Like,
Her
what are
enchantment.
yes, what are the differences? Like, why is there such a difference in the magical powers of both? And also, how was Loki Prime, Miss Loki Tethered herself, how was she able to avoid the TVA for so much? But this Loki got caught, got all up and wrapped up and picked up like it was nobody's business.
Yeah, for free.
Like, I know it's 2012 Loki, and of course, so like don't know much, but at the same time, I'm just like, something ain't added up. Something not clicking. What's not clicking here?
And technically, this is before WandaVision.
Yes.
So why is it that WandaVision was able to happen
That
without any
too.
interference?
Why did that happen without any interference?
Because y'all
Why
kept
did the
talking about Nexus events and she's giving very much Nexus being. So what is the T?
also we want to talk about how they didn't intervene with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and that whole chaos?
Well, I don't think Falcon and Winter Soldier were connected to that only because like that show, like there was not really like any magical influence. It was
I
literally just
mean,
like
yes, but
serum.
also one thing that I'm thinking about is the super soldier serum. Yes, there's no magic, but that caveat, I know it's man made, but the fact that there was more than one super soldier all up walking around being not, I got questions. That's a question that I have.
But what's up to
Hmm.
say? You know, it was confirmed that Doctor Strange was supposed to be in WandaVision
Yes.
in the scene where she was getting the little medicine,
Hmm.
the commercial break. He was supposed to be the doctor that was giving her. I was like,
Yes.
oh,
And
that's
he was supposed to be the one. There was something else I can't remember, but like how they were able to connect with her through like the commercials and everything. There was supposed to be more of Doctor Strange in those because it
yeah,
was also supposed to be an indicator of him being her teacher and being able to help
yeah,
her. But Marvel
yeah.
wants to get in from the bag as they always do, so I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know if it's them fumbling the bag on purpose or they're just a little bit off the rocker, but
Both can be true.
yeah. Because I feel like if you just gonna do it on purpose, like y'all kind of fall. Because it's like
That's
even
why I said
if
I
it's
feel
stuff
like
that you
yeah,
missing, y'all still hitting certain stuff that like matters too.
that's the only reason
But
why I say I feel like it was both because I was
yeah,
like, why didn't y'all just commit?
I literally just thought about something.
Is it related to the first two episodes or is it something else that we may
It's
need to put a
just
pin in?
no, it's just like it's on topic but off topic.
Go for
It's about Far From Home and how
it.
Mysterio Mysterio's whole bit is that I'm just faking it. So what if it's giving, and then it's that green energy. So what if it's giving, I want to die. What if Mysterio is giving Loki? Yeah, it's so hard being a villain
There's
and a
connection.
genius.
And the thing
It's
that
just
also
so
makes me
hard.
think, and the other thing that makes me think about it also with that piece especially, I feel like Loki. I feel like Loki is in much more things than we think, and it's just that things are slowly getting opened up. Because I feel like he might also show up in the future in a future Spider-Man piece. Because remember where Far From Home left off, how it ended.
Far From Home or Far From Home. Oh, when he had exposed himself, or he didn't expose himself, but they had
Mysterio
lied.
exposed them. Yes,
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of like there's going to be a lot in that one, and seeing how the upcoming shows are going to tie into that is going to be really interesting. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us for this one. We will see you in. Shuri is ready to go back to their chicken wings, so I'm gonna let. We're gonna go now. We love y'all. We hope y'all are taking care of yourselves, minding your business, your own
a
business,
black
not
owned
someone else's
business.
business. your
And if
business,
you're black,
drinking your water.
your black owned business.
Drinking your water, moisturizing yourself, and protecting your light. Adios, guys. Bye.
Sayonara.